Students, now we are starting with our type 7 miscellaneous problems. Okay, in this I have taken a question on the board. This question was asked in the board exams of 2003, and similar to it, exactly same, just with a little bit difference, it was asked in other year also. In an auditorium, seats were arranged in rows and columns. Okay, so what we can see, we have an auditorium in which seats are arranged. Seats were arranged in rows and columns. As we all know, we have in an auditorium we have like this. Suppose this is an auditorium. Let us say this is an auditorium. Okay. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 columns are there. Okay. And we can have rows also. We have rows also. That's it. This is an auditorium, for example, and the square are the seats. These are the seats. Okay, in it. The number of rows was equal to the number of seats in each row. Pay attention, please. The number of rows. Let us say this is row 1. I'm giving you just a random example to explain you. The pictorial view is not same as what is given in the question. It's just for the explanation purpose. Let R1 be the first row, R2 be the second row, R3 be the third row, R4 be the fourth row, and R5 be the fifth row. So we have 5 rows. The horizontal are called as rows. Row 1, row 2, row 3, row 4 and row 5. Let's see on the board. Number of rows was equal to the number of seats in each row. So if this is the first row, second, third, fourth, fifth row, for example, in our auditorium we have 5 rows. We have 5 rows in our auditorium. That means in each row there will be 5 seats. Number of rows, जितनी भी row है auditorium में, was equal to the number of seats in each row. So if there are 7 rows, then in each row there will be 7 seats. So just to give you an example, I have drawn 5 rows. So in each row there will be 5 seats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, 5 seats. Okay. So can I say, students, up till here, we have read up till here. Can I say it's written the number of rows is what? It is equal to the number of seats in each row. So if we count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, in this first row there are 5 seats. That means in each row there are 5 seats. So that means there will be 5 rows. So in other words, the quantity of rows, the number of rows depends upon the number of seats in each row. Number of rows is equal to the number of seats in each row. So I'll say in the solution part, I'll say let number of seats in each row be x. Let number of seats in each row be x. Therefore, if number of seats in each row is x, therefore total number of rows will be equal to x. जितनी seats है एक row में उतनी ही rows है. So if there are x seats in one row, so that we will have total x rows. Understanding? Pay attention, please. Now pay attention. Now I'll not read anything from the board. Pay attention. Let's consider the first row. Pay attention. In this first row I have these many seats. First, second, third seat, fourth seat and fifth seat. So there are 5 seats in the first row, and that's the reason we have 5 rows, because number of seats in one row is equal to the number of rows. And we have assumed that let there will be x seats. Let there are x seats in one row. So there will be total x rows. Okay. Now you tell me, students, one thing. If I ask you that let's erase this till x. Let's once again go back to our original example only, that there are 5 seats in one row and there are 5 rows. My question to you is, tell me how many seats we have in this auditorium, in this diagram. How many seats we have in this diagram? You will say it's very simple. You will just say 5 multiplied by 5 is equal to 25. Yes, Why 5 multiplied by 5? Because in one row we have 5 seats, and like this I have 5 rows, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So total 5 multiplied by 5, 25. This 5 is what? Number of seats. Number of, n means number of seats. This 5 is number of seats, and this 5 is what? Number of rows. Okay? So number of seats multiply by number of rows will give you total amount of seats, total number of seats in the auditorium, which is 25. Let's get back to over here. Let's get back over here. Therefore, I'll write here, therefore, total number of seats is equal to what? Number of seats in each row multiply by number of rows. So both are x. So x multiply by x becomes x square. Students, these three things are very important. We assumed that in each row there are x seats. So by that there are total x rows. So total number of seats in our auditorium at present initially is equal to x square. I'll say total number of seats in original arrangement. I'll add this, please. I'll add this, pay attention. In original arrangement. In ORG, original arrangement is equal to x into x, x square, because we will be having a new arrangement also afterwards. So, hope you all understood up till here that in the original arrangement we have total x seats in one row. So, x rows, and that's the reason we have total number of seats in original arrangement as x square. Okay. Now let's read ahead. Students, pay attention. Just pay attention on the board. When the number of rows were doubled, okay. When number of rows were doubled, doubled means what? Multiply by 2. Multiply by 2. 2 multiply. And number of seats in each row was reduced by 10. So there are two operations. Operation number 1. When number of rows were doubled. Okay, let me write. See, so now I am putting a heading over here. New arrangement. Please, I request you, you all will leave line. You will all leave line. I don't have place, that's why I'm not leaving any line. You all will leave line and you will make a heading. New arrangement. New arrangement. Okay, this is my new arrangement. Okay. What we are doing, let's read. When number of rows were doubled, initially in the original arrangement, what were number of rows? Total number of rows were how many? X. So new number of rows is equal to doubled, is doubled. So 2 multiplied by x becomes 2x. Okay. And number of seats in each row was reduced by 10. And number of seats in each row was reduced by 10. What were the number of seats initially, originally? Number of seats in each row initially was x only. But now in the new arrangement, what they are doing? The number of seats in each row was reduced. Reduced means minus by 10. So new number of seats in each row is equal to x minus 10, because they are reducing it by 10. So x minus 10. Okay. Students, pay attention. New number of rows are 2x and new number of seats in each row is x minus 10. So as we got new number of rows, as we got new number of seats in each row, can I say now the total number of seats, I'll add the word new. Now new total number of seats. Therefore new total number of seats in auditorium will be how much? If you remember, a moment ago we did this calculation. If I have 5 seats, for example, I have done here in one row and I have 5 rows. So 5 multiplied by 5, it came to 25. So can I say the formula for finding total number of seats in the auditorium is number of rows multiply by number of seats in each row. So here number of rows is 2x. So this 2x will be multiplied with the number of seats in each row. So it will be 2x multiplied by x minus 10. Yes, 2x multiplied by x minus 10. I don't have place here, so I'll multiply here. 2x multiplied by x gives me 2x square minus 2 into 10 is 20, 20x. Okay, hope you all can read this properly. 2x square minus 20x. This is the new total number of seats in our auditorium after the new arrangement. Please pay attention here, please. Initially, before the arrangement, initially in the original arrangement, see the marker, blue marker. In the original arrangement, we were having only x square number of seats in the complete auditorium. And now after the new arrangement, what we have? We have new number of seats as 2x square minus 20x. So now we have two different things over here. Please see here. One is this x square. This is the total number of seats in auditorium before arrangement. And other thing is this. This is the new total number of seats in the auditorium after the arrangement. Okay, we are done with the question, students. Just pay attention on the last line. Okay, what they are telling, when the number of rows were doubled, we did, and number of seats in each row was reduced by 10. Okay, we did reduce by 10. Then we found out from our own the new total number of seats. Okay, the number of seats increased by 300. The number of seats becomes 300 नहीं है. Pay attention. Number of seats 300 नहीं हो गई, 300 नहीं हो गई. Number of seats increased by 300. That means from the original arrangement, when we were having x square number of seats, now after the rearrangement, the difference is 300. After doing the rearrangement, we got an increase. We got a hike in our number of seats, and it is 300. So can I say earlier it was x square and earlier 300 seats were less, or in other words I can say that the difference between the two arrangement is that 300. After the rearrangement, here we have higher number of seats, and originally we were having lower number of seats, and their difference from this, if we minus this, we should get 300. I don't have place over here, students, so please pause the video and do everything on the board. I'll erase the question also. Okay, so condition is, I'm erasing the diagram here. I'm erasing the diagram. See, the condition is, according to our condition, we have here 2x square minus 20x, the new arrangement seats, new total number of seats, minus old total number of seats, which was x square. It's what? 300. Yes. Now we just have to solve this and form a proper quadratic. I'm erasing the entire board, so please do it first. Students, I have erased the question. Now see, please pay attention. Whatever we had done over here, I have written on the board. This is just for your reference. You don't have to do it. Okay? Because I have erased the board. We have already completed over here new number of rows. Here the heading is original arrangement. In the original arrangement, initially number of rows were x, number of seats in each row were x. So original number of seats in auditorium were x square. Then afterwards we calculated over here new arrangement. In that, new number of rows were 2x, and new number of seats in each row was x minus 10. So we found out here at the bottom that new number of seats in auditorium is 2x multiplied by x minus 10, which is 2x square minus 20x. And I have not erased this two things of the question. This is the question which is we need to find. Find number of rows in original arrangement. We have to find number of rows in original arrangement. What are number of rows in original arrangement? Yes, this x square, this x, sorry. So we need to find number of rows only in original arrangement. And second, number of seats in auditorium after rearrangement. So this is the new arrangement, means after rearrangement, what are the total number of seats in auditorium? So which is 2x square minus 20x. We need to find the value of this. So we have to do this, find this. So first we need to find this and then this. Okay, and over here I have just copied a condition that new arrangement total number of seats minus original arrangement total number of seats is equal to 300. Now let's solve it very quickly. Okay, if I open up the bracket, students pay attention, so this will become 2x square minus 20x minus x square. So 2x square minus x square will become x square. X square minus 20x, 300 comes here, minus 300 is equal to 0. Okay students, so now what we need two numbers such that their product is minus 300. We need two numbers such that their product is minus 300, and when we multiply the two numbers, we should get minus 300, and when the same two numbers are added, their sum should be minus 20. Sum should be minus 20. P for product, S for sum. Okay, now let's break up this 300. If I start with 2 150s are 2 75s are 3 2s are 6, 3 5s are 15, 5 5s are and 5 1s are. Okay, 5 2s are is 10. 5 2s are is 10, 5 3s are is 15, 15 2s are is 30, 15 2s are is 30. Okay, if I split up 300, it can be like 5 3s are 15, 15 2s are is 30. Okay, so it can be like 30 multiplied by 10. Okay, but I want minus 300. So if I want minus 300, I can say minus 30 plus 10. When minus 30 gets multiplied with plus 10, I get minus 300. So I got the product. And when minus 30 is added with plus 10, I'll get minus 20. So I got the summation also. So the two factors are minus 30 and plus 10. So I'll not copy this middle term because we are splitting up the middle term. Okay, so now I'll copy this x square as it is. I'll copy this x square as it is. At the place of this middle term, minus 20x, I'll write minus 30x. Here I'll write plus 10x, and I'll copy this minus 300 as it is equal to 0. Therefore now x common, if x is common, x minus 30 plus 10 common, x minus 30 is equal to 0. Therefore x minus 30, I'll remove common from the entire expression, and x plus 10 is remaining. X plus 10 is equal to 0. Therefore x minus 30 is equal to 0, or x plus 10 is equal to 0. Therefore value of x is equal to 30, or value of x is equal to minus 10. But because x is what? X is what? Number of seats. X is number of columns. X belongs to number of seats. Number of seats. So x cannot be equal to minus 10. We cannot take the negative value of x. Okay. Therefore value of x is 30. We got the value of x. Now we need to find two things. Pay attention very carefully. The first thing, number of rows in the original arrangement. In the original arrangement, we had supposed that number of rows are x. So we have got to know the first answer. First, number of rows in original arrangement is equal to x is equal to 30. So there are total 30 rows. Okay. Then next, what we need to find? We need to find, second, number of seats in auditorium after rearrangement. So after rearrangement, new arrangement, total number of seats are 2x square minus 20x. So in this expression, in the place of x, I need to substitute what? The value of x, 30. So I'll get the things over here. So I don't have place over here, students. I don't have place. I'll be erasing this part over here, and I'll be doing the calculation over here. You can pause the video if you want to copy anything. So I'm finding a second sub question. New number of seats in auditorium after rearrangement. After rearrangement is equal to 2x square minus 20x is equal to 2. At the place of x, I'll substitute 30. So 30 ka square becomes 900. Okay, minus 20 into, at the place of x, it becomes 30. So 9 2s is 18. 1800 minus 3 2s is 6 and 2 zeros. So 1800 minus 600 comes to 1200. Okay, it was a very good question. Please start solving it. Students, now the next question from the same type, 7 miscellaneous problems. Okay, some students planned a picnic. This type of questions are very important. If you see the last 15 years papers, you will say that this type of questions has been repeated 3 to 4 times. Yes, the question on the board was asked in the board exams of 2008, and many times after that also it has been asked, but this was the typical one. That's why I selected this here question. Some students planned a picnic. Okay, we have a group of students who are planning to go for a picnic. Yes, the budget for food. Yes, the most important thing. Yes, the budget for food was rupees 480. Okay, so that means we don't know. See, we don't know how many students planned a picnic. Okay, but how many of them were available at that time, were present at that time? The budget for food was rupees 480. Okay, then as 8 of them failed to join the party. Okay, as you always know, there are some people who plan out the picnic, but at the end they don't come. So from their group, there were 8 of them, 8 students from their group who all did not join the party, who all did not come for the picnic. So what happened? They have already spoken to the management of the restaurant over there where they are going, that we are coming and the budget was rupees 480. So now that restaurant wala person will not understand that a few of them are not coming, so please bargain. He will not do that, because it's fixed that whenever they reach at the picnic spot, they have to pay rupees 480 to the person in charge of the restaurant over there. So as 8 of them at the last moment, they failed to join the party, failed to join the picnic. So now the remaining persons need to bear their cost. Yes, because it's fixed, they have to give 480 only. It will not be the case that when some students are not there for the party, for the picnic, so the amount also will decrease. No. So the cost of food for each member increased. Yes, of course, because collectively they have to pay 480 only by rupees 10. Okay, the cost of food for each member increased by rupees 10. The cost of food for each member increased by rupees 10. If for example if each student, for example I am giving you, was paying 50 bucks each student, now because 8 of them failed to join the picnic, now each person will pay rupees 10 more, that is 60 rupees. An example I am giving you, it's not related to this question. Okay, at the last, find how many students went for the picnic. Students, before starting with the solution, I want to highlight one very important thing over here, that here there are 2 different numbers of students. Some of the students planned a picnic. The number of students who initially planned the picnic will be different, and the actual number of students who went for the picnic will be different. What is asked over here? Find how many students went for the picnic. This is asked over here. Okay, this is asked over here. So now at present, I'm not supposing anything about this. Let's see over here. Some students planned a picnic. So I'm using the word planned over here. Some students planned a picnic. So I'll say let number of students planned picnic initially be X. Let number of students planned picnic initially be X. Please pay attention. These people, these X students, they did not go for the picnic. How many went for the picnic? As 8 of them failed to join the party, failed to go to the picnic. So number of students actually went for the picnic is equal to X minus 8. Pay attention. So this is the original question. This is the thing required at the end. Find how many students went for the picnic actually. So originally the students who planned the picnic were X. But because 8 of them, they did not join the party, did not join the picnic. So number of students actually went for the picnic is X minus 8. Remember. Okay, this will come across with this afterwards. Okay, now let's start with the conditions. All of you pay attention here. Number of students planned the picnic initially is X. So can I say this X number of students must have made a phone call to the restaurant at the picnic spot that we all are coming. He told, okay, come, most welcome. So you all are X number of students. So I am giving you the budget of food as rupees 480. So budget of food, okay, initially is equal to rupees 480. Budget of food initially is equal to rupees 480. So initially X students planned for the picnic, and budget for the food made by the restaurant owner at the picnic spot was 480, considering in the mind X number of students. So therefore cost initial, I write the word initial before, initial cost of one student initial cost of one student is how much? There are total X number of students and total cost of food for all is rupees 480. So initial cost of one student is equal to rupees 480 upon X. Please understand, students. X number of students planned the picnic and the restaurant owner told you need to pay 480 for X number of students who planned for the picnic. So initial cost of one student was rupees 480 upon X. This is the case before going to the picnic. Okay, this is the case before going to the picnic. Okay, now we'll see the second case. What happened? What happened? 8 students failed to join the picnic or party. Same, 8 students failed to join. 8 students did not go for the picnic. So how many of them went for the picnic? You tell me. Therefore, new number of students went for picnic is equal to X minus 8. Okay, we already did over here, but I wrote once again. Okay, X minus 8. Okay, now students, X minus 8 students are only going for the picnic, but the in charge of the restaurant over there at the picnic spot, he told no Baba, no, that 8 students did not join for the picnic, so it's not my lookout. I have prepared the food for them also. So it's not my case, it's not my fault that if 8 of them have not joined the picnic. I will charge 480 from you only. Yes, I will charge 480 from you only. I will not reduce the amount fixed. Okay, so now students, can you find for me? Therefore initial cost of one student was this. Now new cost of one student will be how much? He is charging 480 only, 480, but now the number of students are less by 8, so X minus 8 rupees, of course. So entire question is around this two values. Pay attention, these two block boxes. Initial cost of one student was 480 upon X, because initially they planned that X students will be going, but new cost of one student is rupees 480 upon X minus 8, because 8 students are not going for the picnic, so minus 8. Find how many students went for the picnic, right? Went for the picnic. So number of students planned for the picnic was X. We need to find how many students actually went for the picnic. So we need to find this value. Okay, we need to find this. Okay, please pause the video. I'll erase the question. Okay, I don't have place. Students, now I have just erased the question over here. We have two amounts on the board. Now you decide which is greater amount. Logically also, if you think, first you think. So of course, now because 8 students at the end time did not went for the picnic, so now the remaining students need to bear more cost. So now they have to give more amount. So if I call this as C1, the cost at the first case, and C2, the cost at the second case. So of course C2 will be greater than C1. Yes, of course C2 will be greater than C1. C2 will be greater than C1. If you think mathematically also, here we have 480, here we have 480. Here 480 is divided by X, and here 480 is divided by X minus 8. So here denominator is smaller, because we are deducting 8 from X. So because we are subtracting 8 from X, so here denominator is smaller, and this X, the denominator is bigger. So if denominator is bigger, entire fraction becomes less, and if denominator is smaller, entire fraction becomes high. Here X is greater number, here X minus 8 is smaller, because 8 is subtracted from the X. So if smaller number say divide hota hai 480, so the complete fraction will be bigger, because here 480 is divided by the bigger number x. So complete amount, complete net answer will be smaller. Okay, so C2 will be greater than C1. And I raised the question, you can see, you can rewind back. It was given to us that because 8 students did not went to the picnic, the new cost bared by each student is ₹10 more. 10 रुपया ज़्यादा भरना पड़ रहा है ये वाले बच्चों को. So I can say C2 minus C1 is equal to ₹10. The difference between the two prices is ₹10. At the place of C2, I'll substitute 480 upon x minus 8. Minus, at the place of C1, 480 upon x is equal to 10. Okay. Now students, please pause the video and you can solve it fast. I'll also solve it for you. Please start solving it very fast. 480 will be common outside. 1 upon x minus 8 minus 1 upon x will be equal to 10. Okay, the next step will be, therefore 480 as it is outside, okay, x ones becomes x, by default minus sign, and this x minus 8 will be multiplied with 1. But because we have minus sign outside, the sign of this x minus 8 will change, because we have minus outside. So this will become minus x, and minus 8 will become plus 8. The whole upon x multiplied by x becomes x square, and x multiplied by minus 8 becomes minus 8x is equal to 10. Plus x minus x goes off. Okay, next step will be, this 480 will be multiplied with plus 8. So therefore, when 480 gets multiplied by plus 8, the answer is 3840. Okay, 3840 upon this x square minus 8x is equal to 10. We have nothing in the denominator, that means we have 1. I can easily cancel this 0, 0. That means 10 got cancelled and only 1 is remaining. This x square minus 8x will be multiplied with 1, and this will be multiplied with 1. Okay, so I'll get my quadratic like this. So it will be x, therefore x square minus 8x ones are x square minus 8x is equal to 384. Therefore x square minus 8x minus 384 is equal to 0. This is my quadratic. Okay, so we need to split up this by splitting up the middle terms. We need two numbers such that their product is 384. Sorry, it's minus. So we need two numbers such that its product is minus 384. Okay, and when the same two numbers whose product is minus 384 are added, their summation should be minus 8. So now I have to break up this 384. Okay, I'm breaking up this 384 here. 2 1s are 2, carry 1, 2 9s are 18, 2 2s are 4, 2 9s are 18, 2 6s are 12, 2 4s are 8, 2 8s are 16, 2 2s are 4, 2 4s are 8, 2 12s are, 2 6s are, 2 3s are, 3 1s are. Of course, you can solve the same with the formula method also, but splitting of middle term is considered easy. That's why I'm doing it. You can solve by any method. Okay, now I want two numbers such that if we add, we should also get minus 8. So now 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are is 16. Okay, and 3 16, and 3 2s are 6, 6 2s are 12, and 12 2s are is 24. I want minus 384. Okay, 3 2s are 6, 6 2s are 12, 12 2s are is 24. So if I say one number is 24 and other number is 16, but I want minus, so it's minus and plus. Minus 24 multiplied by plus 16 gives me minus 384, and minus 24 when added with plus 16 I'll get minus 8. So both of my conditions are successful. Okay, so therefore I'll write here x square. I'll not copy this middle term. At the place of this middle term, what I'll write, x square minus 24x plus 16x minus 384 is equal to 0. Okay, therefore I'll take out x common, so x minus 24 plus 16 common, x minus 24 is equal to 0. Therefore one factor will be x minus 24 common, and other would be x plus 16 is equal to 0. So x minus 24 and x plus 16 equal to 0. Please pause the video. I need to erase the board. So either this is equal to 0 or this is equal to 0. Therefore x minus 24 is either equal to 0 or x plus 16. X plus 16 is equal to 0. Therefore x becomes 24 and here x becomes minus 16. As x belongs to number of students, therefore x cannot be equal to negative number. x cannot be equal to minus 16. So we'll go for this. X is equal to 24. Therefore, now comes the most important step. 90% of students goes wrong over here. Pay attention. Therefore, number of students who planned for picnic is equal to x is equal to 24. But this is not our answer. This is not our answer. Number of students who planned for the picnic is equal to x is 24. This is not our answer. What was asked in the question? It was asked in the question, find the number of students who actually went for the picnic. So how many of them went for the picnic? 8 students less went for the picnic. So x minus 8 was the number. Therefore, number of students actually went for picnic is equal to x minus 8 is equal to, at the place of x, 24. 24 minus 8 is equal to 16. So this is our answer, final answer. Hope you understood the question, students. Please do it.